Hello everyone. How are you? I hope you have a nice day. Today we are going to study the format of Pt3. It is very important to know the format of Pt3 so that we have a clear understanding of how to answer our questions, how to get things right, and the techniques of answering those questions. Now, Pt3 has 4 papers: Paper 1, Paper 2, Paper 3, and Paper 4. Today, I will just focus on Paper 1. Paper 1 is 1 hour 15 minutes. In Paper 1, there are 5 parts. I will go through each part with you. Now is Part 1. Part 1 is an objective section consisting of 8 questions, 1 to 8. Now, each question there is a text. You have to read through each text carefully. Then choose the best answer, A, B, or C. Hi. Okay, this is an example of an objective question. Let me read to you. Sorry, I can't meet up because I am going to Churia Mall after my music class. I forgot I need to get my mom a present for her birthday party this Saturday. Adila. See, boys, it is very important to read through this text. Sometimes don't read it softly, read it loudly so that you can hear and read the words with clarity. Now, Adila wrote the message to A. Explain why she cannot see Farhana. B. Remind Farhana to buy a gift for someone. C. Invite Farhana to go to Churia Mall with her. Which one is the answer? Let's look through each one. We start with C. Invite Farhana to go to Churia Mall with her. Did Adila invite Farhana? Now, look back at the short text. Sorry, I can't meet up. That tells you that Adila did not invite Farhana, right? Okay, so answer C is out. B. Remind Farhana to buy a gift for someone. Now we want to know who is buying the gift. Let's read the text again. Sorry, I can't meet up because I am going to Churia Mall after my music class. I forgot I need to get my mom a present for her birthday party this Saturday. Now, who is buying the present? Adila, right? She said, I forgot I need to get my mom a present. So, answer B is wrong. B and C are out. That leaves A. So, A is definitely the answer. Adila wrote the message to explain why she cannot see Farhana. Now, do you understand how you attempt this question? Okay, good. Now we come to part 2. Again, this is a short text, but you have to look for grammatical errors. And these grammatical errors are all underlined. So this section is called error correction. Now, you have to read the text once and then read it again. so that you will have a clear picture, clear understanding of what the text is and what tense is the text. Is it past, is it present, or is it continuous? So you have to read the text first time and then second time before you attempt the questions. This is the error correction text. By looking at the title, Underwater Photography, we have a rough idea of what the text is about and what tense it will be. But to make it certain, we have to read the text once and then 2 times. Let me read it to you. Hello, my name is Serena, but I love taking photos underwater. Underwater photography, allowing me to see the world from a completely different viewpoint. It is a great way of creating fantastic pictures. I started doing this when I was 10. My uncle showed me a picture of a turtle that he took while diving. It was beautiful, so I asked my uncle to take me along on his next trip. Soon after that, I went to Redang Island with he. Now I had a collection of pictures showing 35 different underwater creatures. One of the biggest challenges for me is to holding my breath underwater. I also need to stay still and take as many photos as I can. However, I truly enjoy the experience. I think that everyone should try diving at least once in their lifetime. You understand how it is being read? Those words that are underlined, you can stress a little bit more. Let me repeat it. Hello, my name is Serena, but I love taking photos underwater. Underwater photography, allowing me to see the world from a completely different viewpoint. When you read with emphasis, your ears will somehow hear something that may not sound so right to you, and automatically you will start to find the correct answer. That is why I encourage you to read it once and then second time before you attempt the question. This is a sample question where you read the text below and correct the underlying errors. Now, you will be thinking, how do I know how to correct the errors? Well, one of the ways that you can do is to read the passage and emphasize on the underlying words, just to get a picture of understanding, to know what is the passage about. That means you try to understand the passage. And then you read it the second time. When you read it the second time, you will begin to see the tense of this passage. What I mean is the passage past tense, present tense, or continuous tense? After reading it twice, then only you attempt the question. By then, you will understand the passage better. At the same time, you will be able to correct the errors. Okay, let me read to you. Underwater photography. Hello, my name is Serena, but I love taking photos underwater. Underwater photography, allowing me to see the world from a completely different viewpoint. It is and great way of creating fantastic pictures. I started doing this when I was 10. My uncle showed me a picture of a turtle that he took while diving. It was so beautiful, so I asked my uncle to take me along on his next trip. Soon after that, I went to Redang Island with he. Now, I had a collection of pictures showing 35 different underwater creatures. One of the biggest challenges for me is to holding my breath underwater. I also need to stay still and take as many photos as I can. However, I truly enjoy the experience. I think that everyone should try diving at least once in their lifetime. You see, when you read, you will be able to notice that some words just doesn't come out properly in your mouth. It is as if you are pronouncing something wrong. Okay, how are you going to do it in exam? You can still do it by reading it softly. If you read too loud, your friends beside you will be disturbed. Okay? Now, please do it. Read it twice before you attempt the question. Part 3. Information transfer. Now, in this information transfer text, it is quite long. So you have to read it once first and then read it again so that you will have a clear understanding of what the passage is about. Do not jump into answering the questions after reading one round. You will get things wrong. Read it at least 2 times. And there are 3 important points to remember when you attempt these information transfer questions. Number 1, you can only answer between 1 to 3 words. No more than 3 words. You can tell me that your answer is correct. But if the number of words are more than 3, you are marked wrong. Let me give you an example here. What is your name? My name is Ali. How many words? 4 words. But sentence is correct, right? But you are still marked wrong because the instruction is between 1 to 3 words only. So what do? Just write Ali and you get a correct answer, 1 mark. Number 2, in information transfer, you cannot make any spelling mistakes. No spelling mistakes at all. If you make a spelling mistake, you will get it wrong. You will not get your 1 mark. And the third point to remember, the answer must be from the text. Do not give your own answer. This is an example of a text for information transfer. By looking at the title, that is Family Grilled Chicken, you will roughly have a rough idea of what the text is about. But do not be so certain. You still have to read it either once or twice to get a very clear picture of what the passage is about. Okay, boys? Okay, good. This is an example of a text for information transfer. Family Grilled Chicken is the title. Do we know exactly what the passage is about without reading? We don't. So it is important to read through it. And remember, the passage is quite long. So read it carefully, read it slowly, and if you have to read it aloud, please do so. This is the table that you have to fill in for the information transfer. I remind you again, only 3-word answer, number 1. Number 2, no spelling mistakes. So after doing it, filling in all the blanks and answering all the questions, please double check your spelling. And it is good that you get your answer from the text. Do not give your own answer. After reading once, after reading second time, now you attempt the question. This is the example of family grilled chicken for you to fill in the answer. I remind you, answer must be between 1 to 3 words. Number 2, no spelling error. Number 3, answer must be from the text, not your own. Part 4, Comprehension, is again another long passage. Read it once, read it the second time before you attempt the questions. Now, there are 2 points to remember in comprehension part. First, comprehension questions come in 2 parts. Part 1, question 25 to 32. And your answer must be between 1 to 5 words. Remember, 1 to 5 words. So, to make sure that you have answered rightly, please read the instruction given in this section. Please read it carefully and slowly to get things right. Okay, this is the comprehension passage. Long, full of difficult words, full of words that can make you so confused. So what do I tell you? Read it once, read it a second time, read it aloud if you have to, but not so loud that you disturb your friend. Okay? Read it carefully. Try to understand what the passage is about. Look for words that can help you to understand. Okay, these are examples of questions related to the text. Read through the questions carefully, see what they want, and look for the answers in the text. Now, in comprehension, you can write, or how do I say, form your own answer. You do not need to follow so strictly. You can form your own answer as long as the answer is correct. And remember, your answer must be between 1 to 5 words. Comprehension question, part 2, questions 33 and 34. Now this part requires you to look for the answer from the text, not based on your own understanding. The word must be from the text. Complete the table below with a word from the text. Please remember this very carefully. The word must be from the text and one word only, a word. We have come to the last part of paper 1. Again, another passage, but not a very long one. But you need to read through at least how many times? Yes, 2 times. First time to get an idea, second time to understand it better. Questions are from 35 to 40. 6 sentences have been removed from the article, that means from the passage. These sentences are found in A to H. There are 2 extra sentences which you do not need to use. So you look for the 6 sentences from A to H to fit each gap 35 to 40. Now, let's look at the example to have a clearer idea of what I am explaining here. Okay, the title is Sports and Me. Let me read through to you so that we can go through it step by step. My parents encouraged me to play lots of sports while I was growing up. I was far better at some than others. When I was 5 years old, my mother signed me up for tennis classes. During my first lesson, the coach sent a tennis ball flying into my cheek by mistake. Now, let's look at 35, the blank space there. Between when I was 5 years old and during my first lesson, there is no flow of idea. There is a missing sentence at 35. And this is where you need to look for the answer. Okay, now you understand? Now look at the second paragraph. When I was 7, my father bought badminton rackets for my brother and me. Despite my best efforts, I just couldn't get my serve right. Again, there is no flow. So you have to find another sentence to put in 36 blank space there for the idea to flow. Now you have a better understanding? Okay, good. Here are the answers that you can choose from A to H. Choose A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Remember, there are 2 sentences here, or rather 2 answers here are not correct. They are trick answers. So don't be tricked into it. Read your passage again. Form the link so that your idea will flow. Well, now we have come to almost the end of our lesson. We have gone through part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 and part 5, which I hope that you have a better understanding of how to answer paper 1. Okay, in order to give you a better understanding, I need you to do a homework. This is the one that I have chosen, error correction. Remember how I read this passage? Hello, my name is Serena, but I love taking photos underwater. Underwater photography allowing me to see the world from a completely different viewpoint. It is a great way of creating fantastic pictures. See, you read with a slight emphasis so that you will have a better understanding of the grammar that should be used and to choose the correct answer. Okay, this is your homework. Now, what should we do? Number 1, copy down the text into your E3 exercise book. But if you don't have your E3, you can always do it on a piece of paper, an A4 paper. The index for this exercise is error correction. Please attempt this exercise and we will discuss the answer at 8 p.m. tonight. Now, after you have done everything, please screenshot it to me. Choose one method to tell me you have done the task. You can send the screenshot to me through WhatsApp, Telegram, Google Classroom, and email. I will give you my email in a while. This is my email and my handphone number. Please feel free to email me if you need any help or anything that you need me to mark. Okay? With this, we end our lesson. The end. Have a pleasant day, everyone. Bye.